If you love pastries, this video is for you. Today, I'm sharing 3 bakery style pastry recipes you can easily make at home. Meat pie, fish pie, and beef puff pastry. These are simple, detailed recipes you can use for snacks, parties, or even small food businesses. Let's get started. If you love meat pies, the crusty, buttery, flaky, juicy kind of meat pies, then you are going to love this one because it's so good. We're going to start with the pie dough. So here is 500 grams of well sifted flour. Its equivalent is 4 cups of flour. Then add half teaspoon of salt. We're going to be using salted margarine. So if you're using unsalted margarine or butter, you're going to use 1 teaspoon of salt. So go ahead and mix. You're going to go in with your cold margarine or butter. Please make sure it's very cold. The colder your butter, the better. So go ahead and mix this properly. Make sure the butter is well mixed, or the margarine, whichever you're using. So you're going to want to get something like this, breadcrumbs like. Make sure to mix this properly, otherwise you're going to end up with big chunks of butter at the end of the day and it's not going to be nice. Next, you're going to go in with cold water. At first I went in with half cup of water. So go ahead and mix this, mix properly. Go ahead and keep mixing. Then I added a few more tablespoons just to well combine. Guys, don't add too much water and don't overmix this dough, otherwise it's going to end up chewy and not flaky. So just mix till combined and don't knead, please. Just mix till well combined. Just like this. Your dough should look like this when you're done. So after that, you're going to place this in nylon just like this, and you're going to refrigerate this for about 15 to 30 minutes for it to get more firm. Here's the beef you're going to be using. This is minced beef. It's 400 grams of minced beef you're using for this recipe. So next, let's make the pie filling. So to your pan, add some oil, and then you're going to saute some onions for a few minutes. Then you're going to go in with this blended ginger, garlic, and scotch bonnet pepper and a bit more onions. I blended this all together. I'm going to mix this properly for it to saute for a few more minutes. Then we're going to go in with our minced beef as so, and then you're going to stir this properly till the color changes, till it looks a bit cooked just like this. After it's all well stirred, then you're going to go in with your seasoning, salt, garlic powder, ginger powder, seasonings of choice, coriander, some curry, seasoning cubes, just spices however you want, but don't make it too salty. Salty filling, it's actually a no-no. Also, make sure to mash it up like this properly, otherwise you end up with big chunks of beef in your filling, which is actually not that nice. So go ahead and add some chopped potatoes. Make sure to chop them really small, then add some carrot also, and mix this properly till it's well mixed. And then you're going to go in with some water, just enough water to cover and cook the potatoes and carrots. Let this cook till the potatoes and carrots are very soft. So this is 1 tablespoon of flour with some water. We'll just go and form a paste, and we're going to use this as a thickener to thicken our filling. Alternatively, you can use cornstarch slurry, which is a mixture of cornstarch and water. So at this point, the potatoes and carrot is well cooked. Make sure to check if it's cooked before adding the slurry. So in case your potato is not cooked and you add the slurry, well, you might need to add some more water for it to cook properly. So at this point, it's all ready, and we'll just take it off heat and transfer to a wide plate for it to cool down carefully. And now we're done with our pie filling. So go ahead and spread it all out for it to cool down completely. So in a bowl, add 1 tablespoon of flour and add some water, and we're going to form a paste again. But this paste is going to serve as a glue or a seal to seal up the edges of our pie dough. So at this point, we've brought it out of the fridge, and I'm going to divide it in 2 just like this. And I'll start off with this half, and we're going to roll this. Okay, we're just going to roll this flat like this, not too flat. Just watch as I'm doing this. So I went ahead and sprinkled some flour so that it will be easier for me to work with, and then go ahead and roll this wide but not too thin. just wide like so. So I'm going to use this to cut. You can use a cup, or if you have a cutter, even better. Anything you have, just improvise and use it to cut, just as I did. So I got 3 pieces here. This one I don't even think it's complete, but anywho, it will do. So sprinkle a bit more flour, and then you're going to roll this again, just like this. Just roll it a bit flatter, roll it wider, a bit flatter, just till it fits this cutter that we're going to be using. This consistency is okay. So I'll place this on my dough cutter, on my pie cutter, and then I'll take some of the paste as so, and I'll just use my brush and brush the edges just like so, just the way you see me do, like this. And then I'll add the pie filling. Please don't overfill your pie, otherwise it might burst open in the oven because it needs air to breathe. So this filling is okay. In fact, I think I almost overfilled this, but it's okay. So go ahead and cover and press down, and then you're going to take out the excess just as so. And here is our meat pie, all done, looking so beautiful and perfect. Look at this meat pie now. And then this is the other half that I kept aside, which I went ahead and rolled just like this, but these shapes are better than the first one, so I'm going to re-roll this extra, so I'm not throwing anything away. So in case you don't have a cutter, you can just roll it like this. Instead of using the cutter, you just add you place it on your work surface, and then you just add the paste just at the edges like this, and then you add your filling in like so, and then you cover it like this, and then you're going to use a fork to just press down on the edges if you don't have a cutter. But this is what it looks like. Don't forget to like this video, comment, share and subscribe. So gently place in your baking tray lined with parchment paper. You can use a fork to make holes on it to form this beautiful meat pie look, or you can just use a knife just as I did. And then you're going to crack an egg into a bowl. Then we're going to use this egg as our egg wash. Then brush all our pies like so, and go ahead and bake. And our meat pies are ready now. Look how beautiful these look. You see that shiny, glossy look that meat pies have? Well, it's as a result of this egg wash. This recipe gives a total of 8 large meat pies just like this, and you can get more with smaller sizes and less with more bigger size. This is an easy recipe that anyone can try. So tell me, would you be trying this? Leave me a comment down below. Let's see what it looks like on the inside. It looks so good. If you like this video, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe and share. If you love pastry, anything pastry, then you're going to love this beef puff pastry. It is so good. Trust me, if you make this once, you're going to keep making this over and over again because it's so addictive. Let's get started, shall we? To a bowl, add 2 cups of flour. Its equivalent is 250 to 260 grams of flour. Then add 30 grams of salted butter or margarine. If you're using unsalted butter, you want to go in with half teaspoon of salt and use your hands and mix properly till well combined. Then you're going to go in with some water, 125 grams of room temperature water, and you're going to use your hands and mix this properly. You're going to want to form a dough. I'll suggest you add your water bit by bit. Don't add it all at once as I did, because we want our dough to come out beautifully and smooth. So I'll suggest you add your water little by little till a dough is formed just like this, okay? So we are done with our dough, and you should have something like this. Just go ahead and cover this and let it rest for 15 minutes. So after 15 minutes, open it up and you see that your dough has gotten really stretchy just like this, okay? You're going to know that your dough is ready if it's really stretchy like this. Sprinkle your work surface just as so, and you're going to roll it into a log just like this, okay? Then you're going to divide it into 2 equal parts. Make sure it's as equal as possible. You can even use a scale if you want to. So just form a log just as so, and then you're going to cover this for about 10 minutes. Next, you're going to need some butter or margarine. You're going to need 120 grams of butter or margarine. So it should be really soft just like this. Then after 10 minutes, you're going to open it up and keep one aside, and then you're going to roll this dough. You're going to make sure to try as much as possible to roll this into a square shape, just as I'm doing as so. And then you're going to flatten this really flat. Make sure it's very flat, just like this. Then you're going to go in with half of your butter or margarine. So go in with 60 grams of your butter, and you're going to spread it. Make sure to spread it all, just as so, just like this. Then after spreading, you're going to fold, just as I'm doing like this. Fold this part, and then you're going to go ahead and fold the other part. It might be really messy, but don't worry, it will all come together. So try as much as possible to get it as neat and as leveled as possible. Then you're going to fold the other side like this, okay, just the way you see me do, like this. Don't worry if it's not equal, just try as much as possible to get it to be neat and even, just like this. So this is what we have. You're going to place this in a nylon or a plastic wrap or cling film, anything. Then you're going to roll the other half that we cut earlier. Roll it exactly as we did with the first one. So you're going to roll this really flat. Try as much as possible to get a square shape, and just keep rolling till it's really thin like this. Then go in with the other half of the butter that we kept aside. Spread it all around, just like this. Make sure you spread it properly, and then you're going to fold just as we did the first half. Then you're going to fold the other side. If it's sticky, don't worry, just try as much as possible to get it to be smooth and leveled. And then you're going to fold the other side and fold again, just like this. And then you're going to place it on the first one that we did. Just press it down a bit, and then you're going to wrap this up and place in your freezer for about 30 to 40 minutes. Let's make the beef filling. Add some oil to your pan, add some onions, and you want to saute this. Fry this till fragrant. Then you're going to go in with your minced beef, and then you're going to stir properly. Make sure to cook this a bit till the beef is no longer pink, till it changes its color, just like this. Then go in with garlic powder, some salt, paprika, added scotch bonnet pepper, seasoning cube. I'm Nigerian and we love pepper, hence the chopped scotch bonnet pepper I added. It's quite optional, you can omit it if you don't like the pepper. Just season it however you want to. Add a little water just so the beef can cook, and then you're going to cover for like 3-5 minutes. And then after that, you're going to add in this cornstarch slurry. It's just cornstarch mixed with water. It's going to thicken this up, just as so. So stir this for a bit, for like 30 seconds to 1 minute, and you're going to get something like this. Can you see how juicy and beautiful our filling look? So carefully take it off heat, and you're going to spread it like this in a plate for it to cool down completely. So we're just going to keep this aside. So after 40 minutes, this is what our dough looks like. It's out of the freezer, and you can see, guys, it's really firm. So add flour to your work surface, and then you're going to roll this carefully. If you notice that your dough is a bit too hard, just let it rest for a bit, and then you're going to roll. Please don't let it be too soft, because it's not going to be great. Let it not be too hard, otherwise it's going to crack. So go ahead and roll it flat, but not too thin. Just roll it to this thickness, and then you're going to fold on each side. So let's fold this side just as so, and then you're going to fold the other side just as so, and then you're going to fold like this, just like a book. Okay, after folding, then you're going to carefully wrap in a plastic wrap or whatever you're wrapping it in, and then we're going to place it in the refrigerator for 15 more minutes. So at this point, you can just keep it in your refrigerator till you're ready to use it. This is our pastry all done. Whenever you're ready to use it, you can bring it out. But as for me, I'm using mine immediately. I'm just going to divide it into two. After dividing into two, you're going to keep the other half in the freezer or keep it in a cool place so it doesn't melt. It melts really fast, and we want to avoid that. So keep in the freezer while we roll this one. So you're going to use your rolling pin to flatten this up like so, then flip on the other side and flatten it up. Guys, if your dough is too stiff, let it rest for a bit, otherwise it's going to crack, and when it cracks it's going to end up messy. The way it is like this is okay. It should be firm but not too hard, just like this. So go ahead and roll this, flatten it up just as I'm doing, as so. If it's sticking, feel free to sprinkle a bit flour. Don't do too much, just sprinkle a bit flour to prevent the sticking. Then go ahead and trim off the edges just as so, and then you can divide it however you want. Here I marked it so that it will be easy for me to divide. Then I went ahead and divided into 5 pieces just as so. Then I went in with my beef filling and added it in just like so. Make sure to not fill it up too much, otherwise it's not going to cover up beautifully. So go in with your filling and use a brush to brush with some water just so that it's going to seal off properly, and then go ahead and press it down, cover and press it down. So go ahead and repeat the process for all of them. So this is what we have, this is what it all looks like, and then you can go ahead and place in your baking tray and bake. So let's do the other one. So just repeat the process with the other half and cut, and then add your filling in just as so. Brush with some water, cover it up and press it down. These ones were sticking a bit because I didn't sprinkle in enough flour, so make sure to always work with flour. So this is what it looks like. Then go ahead and carefully place in your baking tray, and then egg wash this. Use an egg, brush the top like this to give it that shine. Then you can go ahead and bake. Bake in your oven at 180 for 35 to 40 minutes till golden brown. And then guys, this is what we have. These were so good, perfect for family, friends and your kids. So tell me, would you be trying this? Leave me a comment down below. You won't believe how easy it is to make fish rolls this perfect. Crispy on the outside, juicy on the inside, and so golden. It'll feel as though they came from a bakery. I'll show you how. I'll start with the dough. To a bowl, add 2 cups of flour, half a teaspoon of salt. Mix all properly till well combined. You're going to go in with 130 grams of cold salted butter or margarine. Add everything in and you're going to mix properly. If you're using unsalted butter or margarine, you're going to go in with 1 teaspoon of salt. Mix properly till well combined, till it feels like wet sand and it looks like breadcrumbs, just like this. It should look like this. Make a little well in the middle, then go in with your water. This is half cup of very cold water. If you want a very flaky crust, you're going to need cold butter and cold water. Very important. Mix gently, do not over mix this dough. Just mix till well combined. As soon as your dough all comes together, you stop mixing and wrap it up. I'll press down just like this. This will help it firm up faster. I'm going to place this in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. Next is our fish. This is the fish I'm using for this recipe. It's already well washed and clean. You can use any fish of choice, but this is the fish I'm using. I'll just use a paper towel to dab on it like this to take out any water, any unnecessary water out of this. I'm going to season this lightly. I went in with some salt, seasoning cube, some ginger powder, some cayenne pepper, a bit of curry. Season this however you want to. I'll use my hands and mix it all properly till well combined. I'll go ahead and grill this fish. You can boil the fish or you can even fry the fish. Grill in your air fryer or in your oven. This is it after grilling. I'm going to debone the fish. You need to be very careful while deboning the fish because we don't want any bone in our fish. So after deboning, I'll go in with my fork and I'm going to mash this fish properly. Mash your fish properly. So if you've watched till this point, kindly give me a like and subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, and share this video to people you feel might need this video. Thank you. So we're done with mashing the fish. This is what it looks like. I'll just keep this aside. To a pan, add some oil and saute some onions. Fry this for a bit for about 2 minutes, then go in with some pepper. This is optional. If you don't want the pepper, you can just skip the pepper. Stir this, then go in with some ginger powder. Stir, stir, stir. Then you're going to go in with your fish, with the mashed fish. Stir this for a bit. Then you're going to taste the fish. If the seasoning is okay, you don't need to add anything, but I noticed that it needed a bit of salt, so I added some salt and stir this properly. Then I went in with some green bell pepper. You can add whatever vegetable you want. You can even add some grated carrots to give it more color. Just make it however you want to, and then stir for about 2 minutes and it's ready. I'll take it off heat and transfer to a plate so that the fish filling will cool down completely. So while it's cooling down, flour up your work surface, and then at this point our dough has firmed up properly. It's cold and more firm. You sprinkle a bit of flour on your dough and you're going to roll. You're going to roll into a rectangle. Try as much as possible to get a long rectangular shape. That's what we are aiming for, because we are making one large fish roll and then we're going to cut it. So I'm just going to go ahead and trim it off like this. It's optional. You can decide to not trim it off, but I like it to be a bit neater, so I'll go ahead and trim it off. At this point, our fish filling has cooled down completely, so go in with the fish filling. Be generous with this, and also don't do too much, otherwise it might be really messy. So make sure you add in enough but not too much. If you're still here, please give me a like, subscribe to this channel if you haven't already, share this video to people that might need it, and if you're feeling generous, you can even leave me a comment down below. I'll really appreciate it. So next, you're going to fold carefully. Fold it carefully just like this. You want to also fold tightly to prevent it from being messy and opening up. Try and secure everything. Make sure all the fish is well covered. Towards the end, just open it up a bit and brush with some water to seal it off completely. Make sure to brush this properly. Then you're going to cover and press down tightly and properly. Get your knife and cut as equal as possible. Don't make some larger than others. We want them to bake uniformly, so cut as equal as possible. This is our pie. This is what our fish pie looks like. I'm going to place everything in my baking tray lined with parchment paper. This is the excess that I cut out of the sides. I'm going to re-roll this again, and this is it, all done. I'll place in my baking tray, and I'm going to use a knife to just form patterns like this to give it this rich kind of look, just like this. But we're not done yet. No, we're not done. We're going to egg wash it so that it's going to get really golden brown, shiny, and really beautiful. After that, you're going to place in your oven at 180 and bake for 35 to 40 minutes. And guys, our pies are ready, and the smell was everything. And trust me when I say that the flakiness of this fish pie is to die for, and it's so flaky, you can tell from the crust. Thanks for watching. See you in my next one. Bye.